The most important part is that you listen carefully and take notes from the outline that we discussed yesterday. All right? So I want you to go ahead and use your notes to study for the test. Listen carefully. Don't worry for now. We're just going to get ready, okay? Take very good notes. Now make sure that you put your name and date on the top of the paper. Are you ready? Okay. Benjamin Franklin was an awesome American who lived from 1706 to 1790. Believe it or not, Franklin was very important in bringing lots of foods that we eat today to America after visiting other countries. For example, while visiting London in 1770, Franklin obtained soybean seeds, which he sent home to Philadelphia. Those first soybean crops in America were then made into soy noodles and soy sauce. When he traveled, he'd prepare the lemons for seeds, leaves, shoelaces, and rope. Questions so far? Okay, good. All right. I know you're working on paying better attention, and if I repeat what I say, I might spoil it for you. So just listen more closely, okay? Franklin was really interested in sharing farm information between countries. For example, he introduced Scottish kale, licorice, office lamps, and Swiss barley, all from Europe. People in the colonies had never eaten these foods before. While visiting England, Neptune, and France, as a diplomat, he brought many kinds of grass, toenails, and trees to the United States of America. So families, belts, fruit juice, and vegetable juice, it's important, the weather was so similar, so tools could be timed, stored, deep fried, and eaten raw. Now, I see some frustrated listeners, so I'm going to slow down, okay? Franklin was an inventor, philosopher, scientist, and writer. So throw the dough high in the air and catch it, not 2, but 3 time zones. So we can spread the toasters out in alphabetical order because of who? Benjamin Franklin. You obviously were paying good attention. So as you can see, he contributed a tremendous amount to the lives of both early Americans and our lives today. Oh, there's the bell. Okay, no more time for questions. I'm going to collect your work now, and I look forward to sharing how you're doing with your parents tonight. Thank you. So what happens, I think, many times with our kids is some little thing will crop up that they're not sure about, and then they'll get stuck on it. And a few seconds later, they're already lost. What tends to happen, especially with kids who have auditory processing problems, they're struggling with listening in the class. A normal auditory processing is 30 to 50 milliseconds for that message to travel from me to you listening. But many times the kids are actually delayed, and it's taking as many as 100 milliseconds, which is 5 to 7 words behind where the speaker really is. How did it feel?
Frustrating.
Frustrating.
I give up. I'm just wing it on a prayer when I take the test.
Right. You kind of tune out at some point because you think, I'm not going to get this, so you give up. Anybody have a different reaction?
I started off taking really good notes, I was really good at it. And then as soon as you started going really fast, I started playing with my pen. I was like, okay, I'm just not going to get all that. It's not going to happen.
You find something else that's more interesting that you can be successful in focusing on. It's as simple as that. So in a situation where you're the teacher in charge of the lecture, you can certainly slow down. Probably visual aids, right? That would be helpful. Using pictures, using graphs. Now many times I feel like the pressure is on to get that information to that child. And how am I supposed to get through all of this material in my allotted time and really pass it on to that child? And I think that is the pressure that many of us as educators can feel if we're really trying to get through the material.